Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to Watchbox, and thanks for logging on. If you love this watch, email me, tmosso@thewatchbox.com. It's in the description below. Your purchase and pricing email question line for buying this or any watch you see on any Watchbox platform. Please reach out to me directly. Email tmosso@thewatchbox.com for pricing. Today, we are discussing a lovely Everose red gold Rolex Oyster Perpetual Cosmograph Daytona. The timepiece is 40 millimeters in diameter. It measures 12.3 millimeters thick from lug tip to lug tip. The case is 47.6 millimeters, and from end link to end link, the total distance across the wrist is 52 millimeters with a 20 millimeter spacing between the lugs. We'll throw this watch on my wrist, which is 16 centimeters in circumference. You can see it has a beautiful tone to its gold that matches any skin well. Whether your skin is lighter or darker, rose gold's almost the perfect complement in each case. And the versatile size of the watch means, though my wrist is 16 centimeters in circumference, I've seen these Daytonas on bracelets worn on wrists as small as 13.5 centimeters in circumference. So this is a unisex watch. It'll fit easily underneath a dress cuff, and the sense of solidity of a modern Rolex on a bracelet is immense. This feels like it's made of platinum from any other brand. Taking a quick look at the case and the bracelet, you should know Rolex makes its own cases, clasps, and bracelets. It operates its own foundry, which means it smelts its own gold alloys. What we have right here is a blend of gold with a high percentage of copper to make it redder, and a high percentage of platinum, higher than standard rose or pink gold, so that it won't fade to a lighter colored gold over time. That's why it's called Everose. Now we have a solid end link that closes the gap to the case and creates a more integrated interface between bracelet and case. We have a tapered bracelet, Oyster style, 3-link, polished centers, polished outer faces. We have satin finished flanks, removable links fixed by screws, and as you can see, there are quite a few removable links, so you will get the right size. But even if you don't, there's adjustability built in. We have an easy link, snap in, snap out, 5 millimeter tool-free adjustment. Then we have 3 divots with little tracks leading into them inside the clasp, so you can change the anchoring point of the bracelet inside the clasp to fine-tune the fit. So between removable links, easy link, and those divots, you have 3 different ways to size the watch. Now internally, we have a beak and a hook that snaps shut by spring-loaded action, so you actually have to unlatch to open it even when the clamshell is open, but that clamshell closes, it gives you a second locking factor. You can see the contrast between polish and satin on the clasp, but the case is all of high polish. You can see it's a tapered, beautiful look. This is anything but the super case you find on some of the more aggressive sports watches. The Daytona has a little bit of a dressiness to it, and it resembles nothing so much as the Yachtmaster in terms of its actual case design. We have screw-down chronograph pushers and a trip-lock crown in gold, 100 meters water-resistant, tachymeter scale outboard, which along with the chronograph can be used to gauge the speed of something like a race car over a kilometer, because the Daytona is the official winner's gift at the 24 Hours of Daytona sports car race. It is the most sought trophy in motorsports, and it is designed as a motorsport-inspired chronograph. So, the timepiece with a rose gold sunburst dial. You can see it's a rose gold color with a sunburst grain radiating out from the center. We have blackened indices, an uncommon and attractive look. The hands are in rose gold. This is a loomed watch. We'll do a quick loom shot right here. As you can see, plenty of luminescence. The timepiece predates Rolex's use of its chromolite loom. You can see that was green superluminova. The dial is gorgeous with tone-on-tone registers. You can see black on the rose gold, the blackened indices contrasting with the rose gold crown and the rose gold hands. You can see each one of the sub-registers has a little polished chaptering to add some extra glint, gleam, and specialness to the dial. And then a solid case back over Rolex manufactured caliber 4130. Bidirectional automatic winding. It has a 72-hour power reserve. It features a chronograph architecture with both a crisp column wheel and a seamless vertical clutch that starts without any jump or stagger. You can also leave the chronograph running full-time thanks to vertical clutch. No additional hazard wear or tear on the watch. There is a hacking seconds function. It pivots on 44 joules. It beats away at 8 beats per second. It is a certified Swiss chronometer, COSC certified. The timepiece has an overcoil hairspring made by hand, the better to keep superb time in all of the tested positions of the COSC test, as well as on your wrist and your dresser at night. The hairspring is made of a blue oxidized anti-magnetic niobium zirconium alloy Rolex calls Parachrom Blue. There is lots to love about this watch. Additional refinements here. Rolex added a winding rotor bearing to the 4130 for the first time when this movement came out in the Daytona in 2000. That was the first use of a rotor bearing bearing on a modern Rolex caliber as opposed to the usual jeweled staff. The rotor bearing is more shock tolerant, and to that end, this watch also has a full balance bridge and a free sprung balance to make it more shock resistant in use. Reach out to Team Mosso at thewatchbox.com for purchase and pricing details.